All right, here's another session. Let's see, what are we doing today? We are, hold on a minute. I'm in a Walmart parking lot, coffee in my lap, laptop on my legs. I need to see. Well, you know what? I don't need to see over there. I can just do Alt Tab. That's what that's for. Yay. Okay, where did we leave off? We did Fog of War. So we're looking 3 out. We can do this. What I'm going to do now, I think we're going to add energy, kind of like health, to the status bar or status info. Probably need to put stats and, like strength and all that in there. I need to look at the rogue game to see what exactly that had. I mean, this doesn't have to be an exact copy. Oh, man. But pretty much my idea of a roguelike is ASCII character set, non traditional graphics. Um, and kind of a dungeon crawl. So we will have like level and then character attributes, kind of like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. That's where it all stems from. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. All right, enough talking. Let's see. Let's go ahead and end that. All right, so we want to write to the screen. One thing that bothers me is I don't like seeing the dashes in the info screen there. So instead of mem setting that, let's just have nothing. You know what? Well, no, that's another adventure. I was going to say we could use some of the symbols from the extended character set, um, but I don't want to get into it yet. Okay, so let's do that. I need a lit up keyboard on my laptop. I need a new laptop. Definitely. The hinges are broke. I got it duct taped. All right, where am I at here? Dot bat. Why did I put dot bat? I know because I'm thinking about the batch file for the build. I need to go ahead and do that. I think we'll do that here in a minute. Good grief, man. Because it's already written for other stuff that I had. Okay. Okay, we got that. So, oh, this coffee's getting in the way. I know I'm gonna spill this thing. What do I got down there? I don't have a cup holder. I need to show like a live inside the truck view. All right. Actually, I need to put the lid on. All right, let's get something done before I take another sip. All right. Let's do this. All right, that looks better. All right, let's do initialize info screen. We already initialized it. So, first we're going to need a health. Let's just do a health here. Where's our player stuff at? There we go. Health is going to be what? Yeah, it's good. Health. I'll initialize it. I guess we could do like 50. I guess every, I don't know, every step? No. I think we'll have a count up. Let's do a count up. Whoa, my laptop is falling. So we'll do something like, let's do health steps. Let's see, do an Hungarian notation almost. P for player. P health. Um, I need to do a camel case. It's going to confuse people. Health steps 0. Health steps 2. Reduce. Okay, we'll say every 10 steps you lose a health. This is stuff that you got to play with to get a good balance. Okay, so we might as well change that one too. We're going to end up going all to camel case. It's going to drive me nuts having two. Now, see all the inconsistencies here. Ah, it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, let's change that one. We need all three of these too. There. Back up here to our global variables. Yay. Actually, I do not need that. There we go. Actually, I didn't even need to copy and paste because, you know, the IntelliSense thing would pop it up. One thing I hate is when selection of the pop-up thing there, the IntelliSense thing, is hooked into a tab or a space bar. Oh, I can't stand that. Because it pops up and you got to press escape because you don't want it. Bam, see? Now it automatically is picking that. I don't want it because I press space bar. Space bar works, but the tab did not. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, right there. But what do I know? Delete. Okay, escape. There. I'm sure I could turn it off somewhere in Sublime. Sublime is my favorite text editor. Yay. You know, let's go off on a little thing here. So VS Code to me used to be good. I think if you're a modern web dev, it probably is. It's probably, or if you're just coming up, that's what you're going to be used to. In my day, we came up with in the .NET world, it's always been Visual Studio, and you're still going to use that. That is the granddaddy of them all. And there was a time when when ReSharper first came out. Oh, that was something else, really. But that became kind of bloated too. Everything becomes bloated over the years, and VS Code did too, in my opinion. Sublime has always been kept lean, and that's why I like it. Even when they put the Git stuff in, uh, it's kind of you can tell it's added on, but they did a good job of doing it. But I feel when VS Code, when I'm using it, I feel like it's always doing something in the background, like getting online and stuff, and checking this and that. And to me, it just got a little too bloated. Okie doke. And then for a long time, I didn't even want to go to Sublime. I wanted to stay on Sublime 2, but maybe I'm just old and I like not changing stuff. That's probably it. Okay, back on task. Let's go. We've got our variables. We need to show our health meter, or not a meter. We might change it to a meter at some point. Okay, let's just put something in here. So, at some point, where are we going to do this in the game? So we've got our loop, handle keys, game cycle. It got to be in the game cycle somewhere. There we go. There. So update player position, draw the radius in there, random buffer, blah blah. So we're gonna have to do a right here. Update info screen. Control C. Well, I guess we can put it here, can't we? What is this? It's a void. What is it in well, no. In C++, do you still have to write void if you're not returning anything? I don't know. I never really learned C++. I learned C when I was little, as a teenager and preteen, along with I started with 8088 assembler on original IBM PC and did some of that, and then went to C. I really fought C. I did not want to learn C. Um, I just felt like it was taking me further away from the machine. I think when you grew up in the era of home computers, that's what they were called back then. The Apple II, the Atari 800, CC, those were home computers, and that it was just a different time. It was all about programming and playing games. It morphed into playing games because in the very beginning you had stuff like text adventures and stuff like that, and eventually through the years it just went to graphics, and then it became more about how real can we get it and stuff like that. And now you've got the culmination of all that, PS5s and 4s and super realistic. Okay, back on task. Update info screen. We are going to add, what are we adding here? Um, let me see where my buffer is. Called info. Okay. All right, let's get this on the screen here. Let's just do, no, this should be like update info, not section. I guess That's a better name. Or just update info, really. Probably should be update info. More to the point, I think. Let's go here. Let's see, how are we going to do this? We're just going to copy into it. What did I do up there? I can do the copy. Where is that? The string copy? I wonder if that keeps track of where the cursor is in that buffer. Let me see. This. Actually, we're gonna need this too. Let's just take this whole thing. Copy that. Because we need to clear it too. Until we get our position. For now, we're gonna go ahead and clear it, but eventually we're not gonna clear everything. We're just gonna know where stuff are. We're gonna figure all that out. That'll be a pain point when you have to change stuff, because then you're gonna have to know those indexes and maintain those. But once it's set in stone, doesn't really matter. There's no maintenance of it anymore. Remember, we're not updating every week. Okay. So update info. We're going to. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14. What if I can just mem set that at 14 bytes? And that way it clears out the nothing yet. But I really don't need that anymore, so let's take that out. I just need to do a mem set on that. Initialize, info section. Clear. No, let's not do that. Let's do simple as possible and grow our complexity. So I don't need this now. Now I need oh, I can already tell this is going to be we're going to have to hash the positions inside our string, so let's do this. Size. So let's clear that. Let's go ahead and write, let's just write health. Probably just H. There we go, there. Oh. The wheels are turning, I'm thinking. So at some point we're going to pass in probably a structure of what we can, of what we're going to change in there. And then we'll just pull everything out. But for now, let's just do do defaults in C? Parameter defaults? I don't know. Okay, let's see, info, blah, blah, blobbity, blah, blah, string copy H. This is where you miss all the conveniences of modern languages. String handling. But then again, if I actually knew everything about C and C++ strings, then I wouldn't be in a ditch right now. Okay. Uh String copy H blah blah. I need to do this. All right, I need to consult the manual. How am I going to add this? Is it like printf where I can just put variable things in there? Oh, come on, iPhone. Yeah, it pulls up right into YouTube. Okay, Copilot, where you at? Let's see. Str copy. All right, give me the lowdown on that. Actually, I need to look at. Yeah, we can do that. I don't think that's what I want though. It's not. Let me do another prompt here. Let's see. C++. I don't know why they put the plus on. You gotta do like 2 clicks to get to pluses. Let's see. String handling. Oh. Okay, standard string, blah blah, dynamic, self-managing, blah blah. I don't care about that. I just need to inject a. Let's see. Oh, this is not helpful. Um, okay, C++. I need to show this. I'm not hooked online. Let me get online so you can actually see what I'm looking at. I feel like this isn't fair to the viewers. All right, let me turn on my hotspot here. Let's connect it in. Available. All right, there we go. We are on. All right, here we go. Where's our Firefox at? I used to use Opera a lot. But I think everything pretty much ended up with like the Chrome engine or something. So what was the point at that point? Okay, we need what is it called when you're is it formatting? C++ formatted string. Blah blah. I don't even know if Microsoft's compiler's up to C++ 20. Oh my God, Stack Overflow. Oh, we gotta look. We gotta look. Oh my God. This is one of the problems with Stack Overflow, what it became. It was all about criticizing your code that you gave and okay, I don't care about C++ 20. I don't think we have that. And plus I want to write to a buffer. Let's redo that. A string. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Uh, so it probably has something to do with some kind of stream. Yeah, stream. Let's try that one. Blah blah. Character buffer. Uh, okay, yeah, this is pretty much what we're looking for. All C++. Yeah, I don't really care about using all C++. See what they say. String, I was deprecated, blah, blah, no, I can't remember, blah. I don't really care about that. I think his original C code might be what I want. Oh. SN printf. Let's go take a look. Safely handle blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. There's geeks for geeks. Let's take a look. Okay, string size format. Pointer to the buffer. X number of bytes. Format string. Okay. I do like that. That's what I'm looking for is the format string, but I need it just to go into the buffer. Instead of printf where you're just printing out to the console. Which actually would probably use printf to print into our buffer. As long as we hook the standard out, I think. Okay, so SN printf, let's just try this. Bling. Boy, back when Stack Overflow was awesome, this is what we would do. We loved it. Uh, didn't know what we were copying, especially like regex. I hate regular expressions. Nobody can read them, and it's awful. Okay, what am I doing here? Update info. Okay, instead of this, let's do our whatchamacallit. Okay, what is S? Is that I didn't read that. So we're writing into info. What are we writing? 6 characters? Is that what it was? And then S was the string that we were writing. That's what it looks like to me. Is that what it was? Yeah. I don't know. What was the 6? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right. Onto buffer with capacity 6. Why is he writing all this? Oh, he's just showing that you're only writing part of it. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much what we want. Let me try this too. Well, we got the whole thing. Let me go back. Where's my Alt tab? Oops, Alt Shift tab to go back. Okay, let's try it out. We don't need that stupid 6. I'm gonna do this. This is info or health points here, which is just an integer. I don't even know what you put on that for integer. The hell would it be? 2? guess we gotta play with it. Okay, is this the same as printf? Like I put a D in here. Let's see, blah, 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 has points. Okay, update info. Let's do that with, where's it at? Game cycle. Update info. I'm going to call that with 67. Okay. Okay, what are the chances that it runs on the first run? Well, we ended up with 6. I don't know why, but we sent 6, 7, but it only wrote. Oh, that's right, because I only put one integer place, didn't I? Gotta love C. Okay, where am I at right here? Yeah, C. So I gotta put another D, or is it another percent D? I know there's some kind of thing where you can. Oh my gosh. All right, let me take a swig of coffee. Who remembers all the printf formatting things? Can't you do like a specify how many instead of doing like double D or something? So I know it's not that. All right, back over to here. I wonder if somebody said it down here. There's one here. By SPRNF method equals D there. I ain't got time for that. Let's do SN. What was it? SN printf format specifiers. There we go. This. Okay, decimal integer. Okay, I don't care about that. I want to do specify the minimum filled width. That's what I want. Okay, where's width? How do you do width? Precision. Oh, where's the example of width though? Oh, I just put the number after the D. That's what it sounds like. So I could do 2 there. Let's see if that works. Oh, what'd I do? Okay. Oh, I'm so cramped up on this. Alright, do that. No, that's not it. Is it 2D? I bet you it's 2D. Like that. Maybe. If I did this live, I could just have somebody tell me real quick. But this is where you call over to, to one of your buddies in the office. Hey, John, what's the print specifier? All right, that is not working. So that is not it. Or maybe it's in curly braces like that. Is that it? 2D? No. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's on that side of it. No. All right, good grief. Let me go back here. Thanks AI response for not giving me a example of that. Oh, blah blah. Okay. Oh my God, do I have to get a K and R out just to look this up? All right, let's do this. Back to there, and let's just do SN. It's probably the same as printf. Well, it said, let me see, SN printf with integer. The specifier is an optional number placed between the percent and the grid. Didn't I do this? 5D? I thought I did that. Or did I do it on the end? Oh, I could have swore I did that. I'm pretty sure I did that. But you know what? Maybe this is wrong too, though. Because the integer is 32 bits, on our architecture. So maybe I need a 4 there or an 8 or something. Yeah, this is how we figured stuff out in the olden days. All right, let's go. Yeah, something's up with that. So, it's probably in here. Oh, traditional. So, let's do I don't know if that's, let me see this again. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Timmons value printed. Oh, I'm also going to need my new line. I mean, it does look like bytes because you are printing characters. So health 2. Let's do 3. That. Whoa, wrong one. Alright, dang it. It's dark in here, I can't see. Waiting for the sun to come up. Alright. Alright, yay, we did it. So we did do the one of those per byte, so 3 bytes was the 67 plus the ending terminating string. Okay, so we can print health. Okay. So we got that. That's working. Now we need to do this. We'll just do H. There we go. Call it H. That way we can fit more on one line. Fit more on one line. That's what we like. H. Aw, oh, man. I didn't adjust the bytes. Okie doke. So now I have H. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Don't you love it? There. 867. Okay, so we got that. Let's do that now. Let's do our stepping through the caverns here. Okay, so we're gonna do our count. So with every time we move, actually every time through the, no, that'd be like a clicking downward clock. We don't want to do it every game cycle. We want to do it um, as the footprints. You know, as you take steps, as you move. So let's do that. So update player position. Now what we do, we have these targets here, right here. So we're going to update health steps. And then once it reaches this, we're going to reduce this. So there we go. So we increment steps. Let's change that. That does not read good. Health steps max. There we go. That's better. Max equals 10 there. Okay. So once it reaches max, then we reduce our health. All right, where are we at? Update player. Okay, so once we move, blah, blah, blah. That, right. We only want to do this one time, though. Because remember, you can hold down. This is going to process every one. There's no break in this or anything. There's no return early. So you can hold down the down and the right to go diagonal. But we don't want that to take two. But we also don't just want to do it when we call update player position, because that's being done every game cycle. So we want to break from that. All right. Okay, we need a flag here. We love flags. Let's see. Right there. Let's just add it to here. Oh, wait a minute. What is this doing here? So screen. So we went up. sliver does not equal wall. Equals floor. Oh, that's the old. Oops. Test against wall. Let's see. Update. This is updating the. Let's see. Overwrite old player position. Also, just do that. Okay, why are we doing that? Not the overriding the player position, but well, why is the update here in an else though? Because we're moving up. I mean, shouldn't this happen anyway? I mean, but you can't argue that it's actually working when we run it. But I'm having trouble understand why I did this. Oh, not a good sign. Um, okay. What were my thoughts on this? Test against wall. Okay, that makes sure we don't run into a wall. And that's fine. So screen, where we're gonna go. Cause see, we're moving it here. Does not. Oh, I see what it is. This. See, we're making the change instead of using temp variables to check it. We're actually changing the player position. So this undoes that. I need to comment that. Undo move. Comments are good. I mean, there's some cases where you're just repeating some kind of information, then they're not good. But stuff like this is good. Your thought process on it, what it actually does. But you just got to remember to change these. Because we did it there. Okay, so we do it here. Okay. P health steps plus plus. So we may end up taking a lot of this code out and putting it into something that's more generic. Maybe, I don't know. That's not high on my list. And at this point, it's not necessary. But you can see that we're adding the same code to all four directions here. But what we'd have to do is, because our PY and PXs are different, we would have to have some kind of generic representation of that and then assign it. And then at the very end, we would make all this stuff happen. Which is, less code. Generally, you want less code. Okay, we did that. Now we need to check our max. I don't know if I want to do it there or somewhere. Well, I guess we might as well, huh? Okay, so oh, we were using a flag. Duh. Can't do it there. Okay, did move equals true. That's what we need. Okay, we got this. Now at the very end, we're going to do that. We're going to update that down here. So if did move is true, we don't need to reset this because it does it right here when we first come into it. So we don't care about that. And we don't need this outside this function, so we don't have to do any kind of initialization. Man, it's cold. It's cold in this truck. I'm about to start my truck, turn the heat on. Dang. Ugh. I need to put my jacket back on. These dogs got all their fur on, and they are not snuggling. Okay. So if it is, then p help steps plus plus. Mm, we can actually do this in one go, can't we? Let's do this in one line. Let's see. I should not be doing this. Harder to read. What if I can do this with a ternary? Plus plus p health steps. I don't really need a ternary though. I just need an if. So if that is... Now remember, this is always going to be stepped at 1. So we don't need the less than or equals or greater than or whatever. Health steps equals p health max. Then I'm going to see p health. That's minus. Yeah, I'm gonna need to reset p health steps. Equals 0. Really shouldn't do a bunch of stuff in one line. I don't know. I think actually this reads fairly nice, so we'll leave it. It's real easy to get caught up in, some kind of rules and all that. Okay, what am I doing here? Let's do this. Are we calling that other one? Yeah, let's go. Oh, oh, that's right. We changed it, didn't we? 222. Yep, we did. I thought we changed that though. Max. Guess not. $67. All right, we are not updating that thing. Oh, we hard coded. No, we didn't hard code it. I don't think we're calling it after we change it though. We just did that one. Let's see what we did. Brighten our screen. Okay, update info. What are we calling that? We're only calling that what? One. It's in the game. Oh, we're hard coding it. Duh. Okay. Let's do P health. We're at 50. Boy, all this running around really takes its toll. Man, we need food. We need to find food. We're down to 40, 39. All right, that's working. Oh, all right. Is that good for this one? I'm cold. I need to finish my coffee. And I need to get warm. All right, that's it for this one. Let's you know what we need to do? Oh wait, does it still work if we restart? Yay, it does. Okay, of course it does. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. That's a good one. I think we're gonna call this one here. Let's do a get status. That cameras command dash M. Let's see. Let's see. Edit health info. Added what health reduction on steps. Health reduction with steps. All right, that's good. Got that. Yay. All right, thanks for hanging out with me and following along and being here. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe if you like this stuff. Hey, give some comments. I like comments. Even if you're critical, I can take it. I got tough skin. And I'm out in the public. I put it up for the public to see, so I gotta have leather skin. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.